Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic. Welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I wanted to share a project with you that I just got done creating. I'm super excited and I was so inspired to create this project. So I know there's a lot of Lapbook videos floating around out there, but I have to say that the person who inspired me was Wendy from Wendy's Journal Adventures. So thank you so much, Wendy, for sharing your Lapbooks and the things that you created. And yeah, I've just been enjoying catching up on Wendy's channel. So this Lapbook was totally inspired by her. She definitely motivated me to create it. So yes, thank you so much, Wendy, for all of the inspiration. So you guys will see a lot of Wendy things in here because, like I said, I just really wanted to try to create some things the Wendy way. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, which I imagine anyone watching my videos would already know Wendy, but if you don't know about her, I will definitely link her channel down below because she is such an amazing crafter and an amazing woman. I love her so much, so be sure to check her out. But yeah, if you just search for Lapbook journal type things, you'll find a lot of inspiration out there. So I'm just going to share with you what I created. I'm definitely excited to start using this. This is made out of 2 Edith Holden books that I made a spine with and connected the 2 of them together. This is created out of a vintage table linen. Some of my favorite prints are this 70s muted tone images. So I was super excited to create a journal out of this. It does have some staining from, well, it's an old tablecloth and it had some staining on it. So I'm actually thinking I might add like a piece of fabric down here, some kind of label maybe. I don't know, that's the back side. So it doesn't really bother me either. I just always notice it when I'm showing the journal itself. So I'm planning on using my journal in a specific way. I wanted it to have the muted fall colors, but not be fall specific. So you'll notice that in the journal. So again, this is that tablecloth. And let me see, there is just not enough room to share what the cover looks like because it's such a huge piece. Yeah, it's just such a huge book. So yeah, that is the tablecloth and I am in love with it. Okay, so getting into the journal, it opens up this way, and then if you go this way, I had to tuck the journal, an extra journal piece in here because it was getting stuffed. I didn't want it to be too stuffed, so I tried to be careful on how much dimension I added to the book, but yeah, I'm super happy with it. So along the cover here, I just have this piece of vintage trim that one of my friends shared with me in some friend mail. These are 2 envelope pockets that I picked up at Tuesday morning, and I just switched out the string to have that blue. I thought that was really pretty. And then here in the binding of the book, it felt a little plain to me. So I just did some fabric collaging. This is the fabric that I used in the binding of the book itself. And then I just used some doilies and some pieces of curtain and pillowcase. Just some things that I had around in my craft room. And I really like how that turned out. I will share this section of the Lapbook first. Okay, so here on the front, I just added a little belly band out of this tea-stained book page that I had. I did some stamping here, some collaging. My tag was actually falling through, so I created this little, pocket here at the bottom to catch my tag. And then I just did some fabric collaging there on the front of it. And I'm super, super excited. I think it's super cute. This is also a little pocket. So in here I have a greeting card. This is just an old birthday card that I had. I added this vintage linen here. And then on the inside I left the little note about the birds, but then I added some tea stain paper over the birthday greeting so I could do some journaling on there. Okay, so then going this way, I want to use this as a journal. So I added a lot of little journaling spaces throughout the book, and I haven't decorated the pages because I want to do that as I go along with how I'm using it. I just did a lot of basic decorating, and then I'll decorate it as I use it. That's kind of how I enjoy doing my journaling. So here on the inside here, I just added a tea-stained doily and a tea-stained glassine bag. And then, yeah, like I mentioned, this is just a little journaling spot that I stitched in here. And then again, another glassine bag and doily. And then it flips open here, and I just added this glassine bag with a file folder tag that I made. And then this is blank, and it needs to stay flat. So however I decorate this has to be flat because it's pretty chunky and I want my book to close properly. So then it flips open this way, and I have another little journal spot there. Here I created a little tuck, and I made this file folder tag. And then behind it, I have this little tuck spot. I used a scrap piece of file folder to create that tag, and then I just love the colors in here. These are from 2 different, possibly 3, I might have pulled out 3 Michael's Hot Buy paper pads that were fall themed. Yeah, so the colors would all blend together and be what I wanted. Okay, so then moving to the center, this is a different vintage tablecloth that I had in my stash. And I just absolutely love how the fabric and the paper match so beautifully. Just makes me smile. This is some vintage trim that I had in my stash as well. I think it's from my friend Rhonda. And again, the colors on that trim are just perfect. So I just added that like Wendy. I used a piece of elastic here to hold it to my spine. And then I just used some seam binding to close it. And then again, it's just a blank journal inside that I will decorate as I use. And I didn't have any white thin elastic, so I just used this elastic from Hobby Lobby that's sold in the ribbon section. And I like the roses on it, so it works great for me. Okay, so that is that side. And then opening up this side, I did some more collaging here in the center with some doily pieces, and this is cut out of a pillowcase, and then these little appliques are cut off of an old curtain. And I just love them. So here in the center, this front page just has a little mini CD case. I love adding little journaling cards with pictures poking out of there. And I just added some trims with a piece of ephemera. This is an old piece of a lace curtain that I coffee dyed, and then I have my little glassine envelope. So then here I've just created a couple pockets for some tags. It opens up, and then again I have a little glassine bag here, and I created a couple tags out of an old file folder, and then just some fabric and a doily glued on the back. I can decorate all of that as I choose as I'm using the book. Here's one of those Target Dollar Spot seed packets from the spring, and I just added one of those file folder tags again, and then keep moving back. This is one of my favorite spots here. I used a couple of these windowed envelopes, and I just used some seam binding to close them, so I can add whatever I want in there. And then I have this extra journaling space here with this journaling card and this little doily decorative thing. So I love that. And then here in the back, I added an envelope and then another coffee dyed bag with a tag. And then here on the very back, I made another pocket, and I just stuck a tag back there for now. So that is that direction. And then if you go this way, there's another little tuck spot here, another file folder tag, another little paper bag. This is a paper bag here in the back, And all of these are just cut out of file folders. And this is just the tag I cut down and flip that glassine bag over. And then moving to the last portion of the book, this is just a journal that I've stitched in here. Just a short, small little journaling section. And then on the back, I glued these paper bags with some of these cut apart doilies. I can add some tags in here. And then just stitched a couple pockets for some tags here. And then this is the back cover, another one of those seed packets I need to add a tag to. And that is it. And then I just keep it closed right now with that giant paper clip. So that is my very first lap book I ever created. I was so inspired and I just absolutely loved making this. I'm sure I'll make more because now that I kind of have the hang of it, I can just do things a little differently next time and see how it turns out. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you haven't been to Wendy's channel, definitely check out her channel and I'll link that down below. So thanks again, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.